Hi everyone, it's Matt Alessandrini here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use Microsoft Word to create a newsletter for your classroom. This was something that a few teachers were asking me about, and I want to go ahead and show you how to do this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is obviously get it open to Microsoft Word. Now, you have a whole bunch of different options. In fact, if you really wanted to, you can go ahead and go to File, and you can click on New, and as you can see, there are so many different types of templates you can use. In fact, one of these is a newsletter. So if I just double click on newsletter, you have a school newsletter. This will take a few seconds to come up. So yeah, school newsletter. Let's just say I want to use this one. Okay. You actually end up downloading it from Office, and I'll go ahead and bring it back up after it's downloaded. And here we are. So here's an example of a already made newsletter that is actually brought to you from MicrosoftOffice.com. Pretty sure you want to make sure you are connected to the internet before you do that. But anyway, that is one thing you can do. And then if you want to edit it, you can just go ahead and click on all the titles, like Back to School. Maybe I want to call this one instead Mr. A's Class. Okay. And then if you want to go ahead and edit these, I mean, it's pretty much all you want to do. So this is one example you could do. I'm going to go ahead and click on New, and I'm going to go ahead and click a blank document, just in case you want to go ahead and do something from scratch. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and think of what would be a good heading or something to grab my parents' attention or the people's attention. What I'm going to want to come up here is I want to come up here to my different types of formats up here, my styles. So I'm going to go ahead and click on heading number 1 and see how that looks. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and type in Mr. A's newsletter. Now, what I want to do is I can go ahead, if I want to, I can go ahead and click in front of it and click on Tab until it gets to the middle. But I don't want to waste my time doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my paragraph, to my justifier, and I'm going to go ahead and center it right there. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and click on a whole bunch of different other styles. Like I said, there's this style, that, really anything that you want. You can look at all of them if I want to. That one's pretty neat. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go with this one. And again, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's in the center. So there's my newsletter right there. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to make sure that I know when the actual date is. I could say this is for Thursday, October, we'll say it's for October 9th, 2013. Okay? And again, I want to go ahead and put that over on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and click those buttons over there, make it over to the right-hand side, and here's the next part. Click on my left justifier. The next step I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and actually create two different columns in my newsletter, because a lot of times in newspapers you'll notice that the page is split in half, so I can actually get more information on it. So what I want to do is I want to come up to my tabs and I want to go to page layout. I'm going to go ahead and go down to columns. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go, I want 2 columns. But you notice what happens is my title gets put in one of the columns. So what I want to do is I want to just highlight the title and what's there. I'm going to go back up the columns. I'm going to go ahead and click on 1. Now you might be thinking, well, I just moved it back to 1 column for the whole page. That is not necessarily true. What I've done is I've actually created 2 different columns with 1 big column up here and 2 on the other side. If you don't believe me, check this out. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And there we go. There's my first column. So now, I want to go ahead on this first column. I want to go ahead and create, I just want to talk about, school news. And I want to go ahead and justify that to the center. Now be careful, it's going to justify to the center of the column. We're going to call it school news. And then I can go ahead and talk about how last week we had our annual cancer research fundraiser. 3C, raised the second most amount compared to the entire school. Go 3C. Okay, so now I have my school news, and now if I can do a whole bunch of things here. I can highlight it. I can go ahead and change the color up a little bit. I can make it a nice bold style. I can go ahead and underline it. I can make it italics, depending on what I want to do. If I want to, I can go ahead and enter. If I want to go ahead and color that in, I can go ahead and click on the color right here, and let's just say I want to make it a green color, maybe just in case. And now I can maybe if it's for Christmas. And also, let's just say I want to go ahead and put a border around it. I can go ahead, outside border. There it is right there. So that's one thing I can do. But let's just say I don't like that. Again, if I don't like anything that I did right there, I can go ahead and highlight that. And I'm going to go ahead and click on my eraser. And there it is, just how it was before. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and keep on coming down, and I'm going to go ahead and let's just say lunch menu for the week. And I want to go ahead and say Monday, but what I want to do is I want to create bullets. So I'm going to go ahead and click the bullet, and I'm going to go ahead and put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'm going to go ahead and click next to Monday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click that arrow that moves it over, and I'm going to go ahead and say Monday we're having pizza, Tuesday we're having hamburgers, enter. Wednesday we're having tacos. We're having, let's just say, Thursday we're having, let's just say Thursday, let's have something fun. We're having fajitas. I know we just had tacos, but we'll have fajitas too. And then Friday, we'll call it mystery lunch. So I'm sure we'll get a lot of Packers on that day. So there's my lunch menu for the week. This might be something that you do want to put a border around, just in case. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. I'm going to go ahead and put a border around that. Okay. You notice though that we have a border around everything like that. Maybe you don't want that border right there. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go like that. But unfortunately, that goes ahead and takes away our all the formatting that we did. Let me show you one more thing that you can do. One more thing that you can do. You can come over here and you can click on a button. Let me just kind of move this down here. You can click on this button right here, this arrow. I do that, it's going to go ahead and undo my very last thing that I did. Let me bring this back up here. And maybe I just want to keep it like that. I think that'll be just fine. Okay, I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to go ahead and click my arrow to make it back. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the bullets to take the bullets away. So there's my lunch menu for the week. The next thing I want to do, let's just say this is getting a little bit too wordy, and I want to go ahead and put a picture in. I'm going to go ahead and click on Insert, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Enter a Clip Art. And let the clip art come out, and let's just say I want to go ahead and put in lunch. Click go, and let's see what comes up. Okay, lots of good pictures. Lots of good pictures. I like that one. I like the nice cartoony one right there. Click on that. And here's my lunch that I have. I can go ahead now, and I want to X out of that. And here's the lunch that I have. Now, remember, I can go ahead and format that. I already have my picture tools. I have a lot of things I can put around it. I can go ahead and wrap the text. I can put the position. I want this to be in front of the text. So I click on that. Now I can go ahead and move this anywhere that I want to. I'm going to go ahead and put it a little bit closer to our lunch menu. And again, here's my cursor. I'm going to go ahead and press enter. And here we go with that again. Now, I'm going to press enter and I'm going to go ahead. Now I'm on my second column and something else I want to put in. Let's just say I want to put in spelling words. Watch what I do here. I'm going to go ahead and insert. In this case, I want to insert a table. So I'm going to go ahead and insert. You usually have 16 spelling words. I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 by 8 table. Now I can go ahead and put my spelling words in, and let's just say I want to put in sat, laugh. You're going to notice that it comes up capitalized. A lot of times I'll just go through and erase it and take away all the capital letters. Sat, laugh, funny, smile. Something else that you can do, didn't need to do that, I'm going to go like that. Something else you can do if you don't like the, if it keeps coming up cursive, it keeps coming up capitals like that. Remember, if I come back to home, and if I highlight everything, and I go to my, and I go ahead and go to my A, my capital A and my lowercase a, I want everything in lowercase. Click on that, it's all in lowercase. Or if I go ahead and click on the entire chart, click on that, it'll now all be in lowercase. Okay, so I can continue working on my spelling list. And then I can go on, and let's just say next thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and say star students. Now for some reason that's in red, and that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that, make it black, and I don't want to italicize, I don't want to bold, but I do kind of like it in the center right there. Say star student, and I'll say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I don't like how everything is so spaced out. So I'm going to highlight all of these. I'm going to come over to my, I'm going to come up, I'm going to come to my spacing, and I'm going to go ahead, if I want to adjust it, I can go ahead and, in fact, I want to go ahead and go to line space options, and I'm going to go ahead and make it even smaller. There's that. Now it's really small. In fact, it's so small I can't really see everything. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make it back here. That's not so bad. So then I can go ahead and put in who my star students are for each week, for each day. I could say Carter, say Lauren, and so on and so on. So let's just say now I want to go ahead and add one more thing in. I want to add one more thing. And this time I want to go ahead and insert an actual picture. So I'm going to go ahead and insert, I'm going to go ahead and click on picture. This is going to ask me to find a picture from my actual computer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that because that has some good ones. I'm going to click on this right here. It is a little bit big, so I want to make it a little bit smaller. And that will make it fit right there. And again, I want to make sure this one goes, we're going to wrap this text, we're going to make sure it goes in front of the text. Now I can move it to anywhere I want. And this time I want to give it a nice boxy outline right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple more things and then I'll be done with this. I'm going to go to page layout. I'm going to go ahead and click on page borders. And something I like to do a lot of times is I like to give myself a little bit of art on my page. So I'm going to go ahead and click on these apples right here. Again, what I do, I'll go ahead and show you one more time. I click on page layout. I go to page borders. I come down here to page border and I go to art. I'm going to go and click on this. And this should fill up the entire document. So now, if I make things a little bit smaller to see, this is what my document will look like. Again, this took me about 15 minutes to create, and as you can see, it's my own newsletter. I can create this. This is my own newsletter. If you feel like doing it your own way, go ahead and just have at it. If you don't want to, I want to remind you, you can go to File, you can go to New, and that'll go ahead and give you a new type of newsletter. If you click on Newsletter, that'll take you there. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I hope you found this helpful and informative. I'll talk to you later.